archiving, and all of that.
Yeah.
And in SourceForge, they're kind of together.
No, because rational, when I say rational growth, it's not just development platform, it's a platform from design to the delivery. So when you're in the design, they have a platform of communication, they have a platform of then when you go into the development, they have a platform for bug tracking, platform of interactive, assigning the bugs. Then when you go into the software delivery, then there is a platform of the another bug tracking for the customers and all those things. So it's a platform from end-to-end delivery, from the conceptual phase to the product delivery, and till the product is running in the production cycle.
What's your question?
So now I go back to the point the way you started in the very beginning, that the point of the bazaar, really. And I think what the data that you've analyzed, the data that your conclusion should be that even if it is open source, the development methodology cannot be bazaar. That should be that will be my conclusion.
The development methodology
Cannot be bazaar. It can't be everyone is doing everything.
Right. I think the bizarre is the activity pattern, the fact that this is self-organized, there's no planning. I mean, that's the part of the bizarre. It's not really the development.
That's a key concept that you just said, self-organized.
Yeah. I mean, these developers, I don't care the method of development, but each developer decides what they want to do, when they want to do it. I mean, that's the bizarre. So, and I think, so to
some extent, the definition of these modules is emergent. It's not all pre-planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Projects
None of it is
so
pre-planned.
defined.
Yeah.
None of it is pre-planned, but what I think I'm suggesting is that they're emerging such that, and the developers are designing and defining the modules such that there's a minimal interface, such that they can work within them and not have to have high closure.
That's the key point.
Maybe. We don't know that. That's a hypothesis.
Yeah, but that's why I said, can you look at their commits and see who did what?
You're asking, but let me,
It's a maybe, that's all we're asking.
David, let me ask you this though. Let's say you had great modularity of software, but poor documentation.
No, no,
Might you see that?
Right. There might be a lot of reasons.
So it's not just,
yeah.
so I mean, I'm agreeing, modularity is absolutely part of the platform, but it's not.
No, if it is a great modular software, then even then you will not see that. What you will see is a lot of communication between two nodes,
Yes.
but not a lot of communication across multiple nodes. Because if it is modular, then you're communicating with very few modules, not with multitude of modules.
Yeah.
What you might see then would be lines between two dots, but lots of different separate lines between two dots, and very few lines that actually connect to the center.
I hear what you're saying, but I mean, I think you're thinking in terms of the actual coding activities and that development part. But you know, you've also got these beta testers who really are not coding. They're asking questions. They're suggesting features. So it's that whole picture.
There's a lot more to it.
So some of this cross. So for example, if you have a rule change, or maybe the rules for committing are not well understood, there can be controversies on why is this, why is that. It really has nothing to do with coding.
Right.
It's more like, is this fair, is it not? So all of that's part of the platform.
This is a graph of an actual project. Right?
Yes.
Now, you've looked at a number of these graphs.
Yes.
Can you kind of look at a graph and tell us something about what the project is about?
Well, I haven't done enough.
I mean, does the structure, I mean, this is the social structure.
Yes, it is.
And if you go the other way, you're kind of implying that the other way, you know, that there's certain we're getting the impression that certain social structures are going to be better for certain kinds of projects.
Right. Well,
So reverse that.
yeah.
Reverse that.
Yeah.
Can you look at the social structure and tell us something? Was this a highly modular project, or was it a less modular?
I suppose you could, but you have to know if it's successful or not. I mean,
Can you tell what kind of project was this one?
it was developer targeted. You know, it met the study population.
Can you tell us what it was? What kind of application?
I have to think. It was actually DP 500 serve.
Oh, thanks. So it sounds like
But I think
it
it would be tough. I mean, realize when you look at a chart like this, you get a rich visual interpretation. notation. But really, the mathematics are very simple. I mean, closure, you know, that has a closure value. What do you say? No, it's down at the dark there. But this closure might be 0.15, and that closure might be 0.05, so 15.5. So I mean, it's reduced to a number. It's a measure, but the theories are mostly based on those measures. That's why that's the density measure. That's the notion of closure. And so all this 70 years of theory is really built up not so much around the patterns you see. I mean, we recognize these patterns are really interesting and they do tell us a lot, but to get down to kind of these generalizable ideas and theories, you're pretty much, you know, you're pretty much abstracting into this idea of closure and density. And, you know, greater closure has certain implications, lower closure has certain implications. So that's ultimately what it is. So, I mean, it'd be interesting to do. I've been wanting to kind of lay out all the charts and see if we can see something, but you know, this was enough work.
The other reason why I was going back to the platform versus model was that